All right, guys. Or, I'm sorry, David. Here's the next one, and I would like for you to explain this. What is the 66% rule? Can you explain that?
I love this. Okay, it's very simple. Most brands, and companies, what will happen is they're always going to be involved in two notable activities, which is pre-sales branding, right? In other words, they're going to promote it, and they're going to talk about it, and they'll get some PR. They'll do all this stuff pre-sale. And then there's during the sale. Now that during the sale could be when someone is visiting your website, your client's website, or it could be when they're in the salon that they're going to, or it could be when they're in the store, whatever, but that's like during the sales branding. And usually those two things conclude with the transaction or the completion. Okay, your hair's been cut, or you've been beautified, or whatever the hell you've had done to yourself, or you're driving away with the car, and that's it. But the transaction right there, that is actually the beginning of your relationship. That is not the end of the relationship. Now, and so those are only two of what are actually three phases of branding. Mm-hmm. So we have pre-sales, we have during the sales, and then we actually have post-sales branding. And I realized this from one of my clients where we did something after the fact. And what happened was, it was so unexpected. It's when you and I as consumers don't engage. We're not expecting that additional thing. And it happened when my wife and I were shopping. We were shopping and we went to a Coach store, the Coach leather bags. Mm-hmm. And he was kind of like looking around the different bags, and I was playing my responsible role. I was being sort of appropriately oblivious, at least in appearance. And I'm noticing what she keeps circling around on. And we walk out not having purchased anything. And then I sneak back. Oh, I forgot something. I get it. And I get the bag, and we get home, and I watch her undo the bag. So there's the Coach bag. Then there's the tissue paper. We all expect the tissue paper. So she undoes the tissue paper. Then there's the bag itself. And she's like, "Oh, you got the bag I was looking at?" And I'm like, "Yes, I got the bag you're looking at." And then she opens up, and inside it's about a 4x5 little sepia toned booklet, probably 70% visuals, just pictures of the craft of, actually making the leather stuff, and just some words. And it probably took her less than 3 minutes to read that little booklet. But by the time that she was done, first of all, so it wasn't expected. 2, it wasn't necessary. But 3, it elevated this bag that was now a purchase from being a purchase into now she just inherited this legacy of this craft that had been handed down over the ages. And I saw the power of that. It probably cost them 30 cents, but it transformed. It was unexpected, it transformed, and it enlightened, and it informed that this is what we're offering and what we're helping our clients with. What they're making is part of the package. It's like, this mug is cool, but it's the fact that this mug allows me to enjoy my coffee is what really makes it cool, right? Mm-hmm. And I look good while doing it. So I learned that post-sales branding phase, I really noticed the shift that had occurred, and that was the thing. So I realized most companies are doing just 2/3 of them, and that's the 66% rule. If you want to do that, you're going to be on the same playing field as everybody else. But if you want to elevate your game, whether you're a practicing design professional or whether you are a student, a husband, a wife, an incredible company, it doesn't matter. You can apply this to life. Do that extra, what is unexpected at the back end, and you'll then actually build and develop a relationship and not just a transaction.
I love that. And I sit back and I'm like, why do certain countries have brands that dominate the world, that they translate the experience and they become global brands, and they don't just remain in the local market because they've been able to differentiate themselves. They've been able to tell their story. And I love your Coach example because the little booklet told the story about how the bag was birthed. Like, meet the parents. This is the father. This is the mother. This is how many hours it took to craft this. Because otherwise, it's just another container to hold your junk. And so in doing so, they took a commodity item a bag that could be bought for in orders of magnitude for $1, $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, and they were able to position them somewhere in there. And so it makes you cherish the bag a little bit more, and that little unexpected touch.